So, Avhurengwi, let's bring you in. You're also in research. But I want us to take a developing country perspective. If you could shed some light, I mentioned that South Africa has a critical minerals and metals strategy. We have coal as a strategic resource. How should we be thinking about coal's role in a developing economy where we've got energy security needs, and we have to think about how we expand our energy to others and for the country to benefit? So let me ask you, what's your views around this?
Great, thank you. And good morning to everyone. So I spent the early days just going through critical mineral strategies for different jurisdictions, Zambia, Canada, the UK, China. And when you do that, it becomes immediately clear that the question of criticality is a geography-based question. So if you're in the UK and you don't have as many resources as we do, then you worry about supply chain issues. You also worry about more vulnerability type aspects. Criticality, when you are in a country like South Africa, has a different meaning, and necessarily so. And that really speaks to economic growth. It also speaks to some socio-economic considerations. So when I think about the role of coal in a developing economy, it's quite difficult to ignore that in sub-Saharan Africa today, in 2026, you still have 600 million people who have zero access to electricity. So when we're having conversations with one of the 600 million people about transitioning from what exactly? Because you're still using biomass, etc. So in our context, if you accept the fact that no single economy in the world has developed without energy security, why are we as South Africans thinking about undoing the 140 years of coal mining? We depend on it for 82% of our electricity. We know for the last 10 to 15 years, we've had a difficult time with load shedding, so we clearly don't have energy security. So if that is your starting position, the thinking then needs to be about energy efficient as opposed to transitioning. Can we add as much energy as possible to what we have so that we can develop, and in developing we can then take along not only the 600 million people who don't have access to electricity, but we also keep intact the 98,000 jobs that directly depend on coal in our part of the world. That 98,000 number quickly goes to over 1 million when you talk about the livelihoods that are dependent on this resource. Mike mentioned that we'll still be mining coal for 3 to 4 decades. I'm a lot more optimistic than that. I think we'll be mining coal for quite some time. But even when we set aside the mining of coal and the combustion of coal, there's a whole new conversation now on using coal for advanced materials. And that's the conversation that we're really excited about. So there's combustion on one side, there's a conversation on advanced material, then added to that, the whole conversation around the socio-economic implications of not being an energy secure jurisdiction. So the deeper I go into this, I wonder why we're even having the conversation in South Africa, or whether coal is critical or not. It really goes without saying.